injuries? Kevin Dye going to be able to play?
Yep. He moved around a little better today. I think injury-wise, Jabril going to probably hold him out another week. He's not quite there. Zach Riggs, same thing. But both those guys are improving. Norton is a lot better. He's really best he's looked. So that's a good thing. Other than that, we're in pretty good shape.
Now that we're a few days into the practice week, any update on Kelly Bryant, Nick Schuessler, quarterback situation?
No, same old. I mean, we're just kind of splitting the reps, and both those guys have had a good week, and they're both ready to play.
How fresh is Wayne's legs at this point of the year?
I mean, I think pretty fresh, to be honest with you, because again, y'all know the start of the year that we had. As far as we didn't really get into a rhythm of the season until really now. So it's not like we've been grinding for 9 weeks without an open date or something like that. We had all kind of time to manage, so I don't think that's a problem. And then I think the emergence of Zach, and then just the confidence of the other guys too. I mean, I think that he's in a good spot right now. He got a lot of gas in his tank, so we're gonna need it.
Jordan Leggett, his production this year has already surpassed what he did last year. In what ways has he improved to really make himself a focal point of the offense?
Just gotten committed, gotten serious about it, work ethic. He was one of those guys his first couple of years that was, kind of half in. He was a sometimer. Sometimes he was committed, sometimes he wasn't. Sometimes he practiced hard, sometimes he didn't. Sometimes he wanted to be great, sometimes he didn't. And he just, like a lot of guys, is, matured and finally realized that if it was going to happen, he was going to have to make it happen. Nobody was going to give him anything, and you have to pay the price. And this goes back all the way to last spring. I mean, he just really attacked the off season in a complete different manner, and same thing with spring practice and summer workouts. I mean, he's really become a leader for us. I tell him all the time, you reap what you sow, and you sow good seeds, and probably going to get a good product. And it's great to see him having that success, because he's put the work in, and he's been consistent with it, and not just everybody sees him catching balls, but I'm talking about just the whole package of being a good tight end, and just his practice habits, the energy that he brings to work every day. I think just he just has this confidence now. He can kind of see the light at the end of the tunnel, and that he's confident that he can be really great at this position. You got to remember, he was a wideout coming out of high school, and one of those guys kind of, having to kind of figure things out, and came in and just didn't transition very, very smoothly as far as understanding what he had to do to be great. But that's what our program is set up for, is to develop these guys and teach them and challenge them when they need it, and then they got to do their part. They got to respond, and he has.
So he's not lazy-legged anymore?
He's not lazy-legged anymore. No, and he's not lugubrious-legged anymore either. He is. He's doing a great job for us.
In making that transition, has he improved a lot as a blocker?
Yeah. Oh man, big time. Yeah, in every regard.
Hey, Coach, has Deion King worked his way back from your good graces to hit the field?
Oh yeah. He's isn't really in bad graces. He just, again, just like I was just saying, sometimes we got to help him grow up a little bit. And, as he's just a young guy that's, still got a little maturing to do. Not a bad kid at all. Responds the right way. He's coachable. And, but, from time to time, you just said you have to, it's all kind. We got guys all over this roster that from time to time we've just said, you know what, you just go stand over there for a little while. And, but no, he's had a great week, and we need him to have a big game Saturday.
Anything new on Mike Williams?
Anything new? No. Other than I think he gets his brace off maybe next week. I think he gets that hard brace off, and maybe some type of soft something.
You've mentioned a few times over the past couple of years about a November to remember.
this could shape up to be a really special November, but you have to close out October 1st.
Yeah. I mean, we gotta get, you know, to 5-0 in this month. That's what we're trying to do, and you know, then we'll move on to November, and you know, that starts a different part of our journey. You know, we break the year down into a journey, and you know, our get ready phase, our transformation phase. We're kind of getting ready to finish up prime time, and November's championship time for us. So, you know, it's just all part of the journey that we're on, and you know, that'll take care of itself. Our focus right now is just trying to have a great Halloween.
We were standing out here talking a minute ago about this group seems different, more focused than in the past. Have you stopped to think just how much fun you're having with these guys and how special they are?
Yeah, they're a fun group to coach. I mean, I thought we were very focused last year too. That was about as good a group as I've ever been around. That senior group won a bunch of games. You know, sometimes things just don't go your way. I mean, we didn't lose in Tallahassee because we weren't focused. We lost because we had about, you know, 4 really stupid plays. And they're a good team. You know, we had some injuries and some different things that kind of went against us, and that's just all part of it. You know, I mean, we're just so far this year we've been able to stay relatively healthy. Although, you know, you lose Mike Williams, you lose Corinne Wiggins, you lose some guys like that. But for the most part, especially defensively, we've been able to bring our depth along at a healthy pace. You know, I knew our first group was going to be awesome, but you get an injury, and now you're having to play somebody before they're really ready to play a heavy load. But, you know, we've been fortunate because we've been able to get, I mean, we only got 31 days left in the season, the regular season, you know, between now and South Carolina. So, I mean, that's, we started with 120-something days, so we put a lot of work in. We've put a ton of work in, and so we've been fortunate at this point because our depth has been able to come at a healthy pace. You know, like I said, we've gotten a little lucky with some of the injuries, and then you know, we've made some of the critical plays along the way. We found some ways to win, and you know, last year, tough opener down in Georgia, and you know, we weren't near the offense that we are now. I mean, not even close. You know, I think we're a more complete team, but I think the focus of last year's team was excellent. I mean, it really was. I mean, to lose like we did down in Tallahassee and then come back and win 9 out of 10 and then finish the year the way we finished, you know, so that's just, you know, it might have been the best we could be, and I'm okay with that. That's what I talk about all the time. I don't really get caught up in what our record is or anything like that. I just want us to just go compete every week, put our best foot forward, and you know, I think we did that all year. Now, sometimes you might have an individual not play as well or something, but from a team standpoint, you know, our guys put their best foot forward last year, and we were able to have an excellent year. And so far this year, these guys have brought the same type of work ethic. I do think this team has a unique chemistry, and I think a lot of that comes with just the youth on this team. You know, that's one of the things that I like about the makeup is, yeah, when you got 40 freshmen, there's a lot of uncertainty and a lot of coaching to do, a lot of inexperience, but there's also this hunger and this energy that youth brings, and so and competition. So and then the mix with our veteran guys, I think it's been a good, you know, good smooth year to this point. And we got to keep it going that way.
Deshaun can answer this for himself, but as far as his off-the-field demeanor, behavior with the media, publicly, does he remind you of any famous athlete or even celebrity, just the way he carries himself?
I mean, he's pretty special, you know. I mean, he's a focused, serious guy like Spiller was. You know, Spiller off the field was just tunnel vision on being great, and you know, Deshaun's the same way. I think he's, and I wasn't around him a lot, but just the couple times I was around Mariota, they kind of have a similar demeanor as far as how they carry themselves. But you know, he's just Deshaun Watson, and You know, I think at some point there's going to be a lot of people comparing somebody else to him, because I think he's very, very, very unique.
Coach, what can you say about the job your offensive coordinators have done? They had a lot of questions coming into the season replacing Chad Morris, and they've stepped up to the plate, and they can prove they can run the ball, pass the ball, whatever the defense gives them, they just work around it. What can you say about the job those two guys have done?
I mean, that's why I hired them. I mean, that's why I made the decision in about 30 seconds, you know, because I knew they'd do a great job. These are, again, you know, great young coaches, committed, you know, loyal, know exactly what I want to do and how I want to do it, and you know, we're just all on the same page. So fun to work with those guys. They've done a great job, and then the relationship and chemistry between the two has been really awesome for our offense.
Everybody knows about J-Ron Kirsch's play on the field, but I think he's overlooked as the leader of this team a little bit.
Yeah, he's grown a lot in that regard. You know, he's still a guy that will challenge you know, from time to time, because he's kind of got a little swag to him that you got to rein in every now and then. But he responds. But he is. You talk about a guy that has completely transformed, not just who he is as a man, but just his life and his future life. That's J-Ron. I'm really, really proud of that guy. And how about that sunset? I mean, this is why you come to Clemson right here. I mean, just look at that. That's incredible. I mean,